please.
You keep kind of throwing in one little thing that I have an issue with, is I would kind of expand upon the word trust.
It's trust in self and trust in spirit and trust in a number of things. I do have a tool. I'm going to let Kellyn answer too. For me, I think what happens often is we get a vision of where we want to go. And let's just say that's letter Z. And we find ourselves standing at letter A. It is the space, those letters between A and Z, where the doubt enters. You're like, I know I want to go over there, but I'm standing way over here. I don't know how to get there. And that's that trust piece. Well, we often bite off more than we have to. I think I call it kind of the divine paradox, in that we get shown this fabulous vision. Oh yes, that makes me really excited. I'd love to do that, but I don't know how. And then there's this space between where I am and where I think I want to go that causes all kinds of trauma. Because it's like, well, I don't have that degree, or I don't have that training, or I haven't been that, or I'm in this job and I don't know if I can make money doing that, and like all those other ifs. I say, instead of going from letter A to letter P, which is where all those questions show up, how do I get there, how do I make money, will people believe me, will they support me, will my family accept me? Now that I'm saying I'm dropping my $140,000 worth of degrees to go scuba diving, instead of all of that, just do the next thing in support of your dream. Because I thought if we get too far ahead of ourselves, then there's too much unknown. The thing to do is to do just the next thing. So if you are the Himalayan climbing litigator, instead of trying to figure out how to do it all, you do just the next thing, which is, I might want to spend more time within that community of adventure-seeking people. And as I get to know more of them and how they work and what their issues are, then I can expand a little bit more. Maybe there are people, as I build these relationships, that I become friends with who need an attorney, or they know people who need an attorney. And so it expands kind of like concentric rings. The trust piece is about just doing what's next. We can't really affect anything that's behind us, and we certainly can't get too far ahead of ourselves. We really only have power in the now to do anything. So I can worry about the things I can't determine or decide, or I can address the thing that's right in front of me now. And if that is I need to pay my rent, then for now I need to do something that will allow me to pay my rent. It doesn't mean I have to let go of my dream or my desire, but until I've handled that thing, which is the most pressing, it's letter B, until I've handled that, then I can't get on with the next thing.
I have a suggestion. This was something that I had to relearn a whole set of values. I was the oldest of 6 and kind of taught to take care of everyone. And I kind of, my own instincts were so bred out of me that at 45, I thought, I'm going to end up dead. So the one thing that, and I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but the one thing that I started to do that was so disconnected from my own voice that I thought, I have to find a way. The quiet was really helpful, but the thing that helped me the most was every morning when I got up, the first thing that I would do is that I would look in the mirror at myself. Instead of thinking that, I still went about my day and all my activities, but the very first thing I did was I would wash my hands, brush my teeth, and I would look into my own eyes in the mirror deeply and said, you are going to get to know yourself, and I like you. And then I would go about, and then I would just smile, and that was, sometimes I would feel like so silly, but I did it like brushing my teeth every day for about 2 months, and I will tell you, over the course of 6 months to a year, little by little, I started to hear my own voice. And you can only do it, and I gave myself the analogy, it's like if you, it seems so silly, and it seems so, I thought, this is ridiculous, I'm a grown adult, I have these degrees, I'm supposed to be, and I thought, this seems so childish to me. But then I realized, if a child has grown up and all they've known to do is seek reference outside, this is something I absolutely don't have, so I have to start very basically. And then after time, in quiet moments, I would think of it, the sun's going to rise and the sun's going to set. So as long as I have some kind of connection during the day, and I can listen to my own voice, and you actually, what starts to happen, you actually can feel within yourself. You can start to feel kind of where you should go and what you should do. And it is your own guidance system.
And for me, the trust, I would say, when I say trust, it's synonymous with faith for me. I have faith that, God designed me a certain way for a certain purpose. I have faith that I have a hole to fill in this universe. I'm a square peg, and I belong in a square hole. If I'm in a circular hole, it's not to say I'm going to jump right out, but I know that I'm going to start to seek out a square hole for me. So the trust is in knowing that creation wants you to operate in your design. And the laws of the universe, the laws of nature are with you. Okay? When you're operating outside of your design, the wind's at your face.
That's a good analogy.
And when you're operating in your design, the wind's at your back. You take flight. And I agree 100% with the little by little, choice by choice, accepting opportunity after opportunity, going toward that square hole. And not taking too much on, because it will be overwhelming. But I guarantee you, when you start living in faith and trusting these principles, that in 5 years from now, you're going to be a different being. And it will not have been traumatic. It will be very peaceful. Gentle, exactly. A gentle, peaceful transformation when you surrender to the fact that you are a square. So that's when I say trust, I'm really speaking about faith.
Yeah. And that the world is for you.
Exactly.
The world is for you.
It is for our growth and development. It is for our contribution, our operating and our passion.
Very sorry. Very sorry. Absolutely sorry.
Think of it this way. It was sent from above. It was celestial music to underscore the importance.
That's right. Okay. Really, to tell you the truth, ladies, I was drawn to you, to tell you the truth. Because, I live in the area, I was going, when we got my little water and here, Whole Foods, whatever. And usually I just walk that way back home. But all this, what you're speaking on, whatever, this has been going over in my mind for the past 2 years.
See how that works?
And I'm like, where am I at? I'm here, I've done this, I've done that. I'm like, I'm the person. The jack of all trades, master. And I repeat myself, and I make money, and I do this, that, and but I'm still got that square, I'm empty in there, And I've been seeking for the past 2 years. It's just, I'm repetitious in doing things, work-wise, home-wise, this type. Got there, and did what was supposed to be accepted of me and all of me, that's supposed to be, and whatever. And I was just walking tonight, I was just thinking, just walking down the street, and I need to talk to somebody tell me I said, let me go home, get my water, just taking baby steps, because I get home real quick, take baby steps. So I went and got it, and something, I went to turn to go walk back down, but something's like, no, go back this way. And I don't go this way. I have a routine, okay? And when I saw you all in the window there, bam. Bam.
Welcome.
Like, bam.
Thank you.
Whatever. I came in and gave him one, said, hold on to this for a minute. He said, fine, have a seat. And ever since then, I feel like now all of a sudden, that cup, all of a sudden it's got a couple of drops of water.
Oh, thank you.